Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So on the community tab I put up a poll asking what video I should film today, and I gave you guys 2 suggestions, and this was the, I guess, winner of the poll. And I'm pretty much going to do speed reviews slash mini reviews slash talking about each product that I purchased in 2021. So I went through my emails and I literally looked at all the order confirmations of all the orders that I made this year, and luckily there weren't too many. I mean, I have a lot of makeup here, don't get me wrong, but it's not what I thought it was gonna be. So it's big, but it's not huge. So I won't be going in like order of how you do your makeup. I'm just gonna kind of go in the order of what looks the most appealing to me, what was the most exciting products, and all that kind of jazz. I've got my daughter next to me in her little plaything, so if you guys can hear her make random noises. So this year was definitely the year of the blushes for me. I have never purchased so many blushes in my entire life. I don't know what got into me, but I completely love blush. I'm so obsessed. The more the merrier, the more the better. I just love blush. And if you guys saw me an hour ago, you would have been like, what the hell is wrong with you? My blush was so bright. I mean, it's still pretty bright, but it was so bright I had to actually turn it down a bit because it was just a bit too extreme. So I'm going to go through all of the blushes that I discovered this year, and a lot of them have quickly become my favorites. So I'm probably going to talk about my absolute favorite blushes, and I'm sure you guys can guess. Probably not, but I'm sure you guys can guess. It is definitely the Kylie Cosmetic blushes. I completely fell in love with these, especially the colors Winter Kissed and Baddie on the Block. So the peach one and also the really pink one. I think it's probably because I don't actually own many matte blushes and these are all matte. The next are the Rare Beauty blushes. These recently launched in Australia and I completely fell in love with these. So I believe I have 2 of the most popular colors that they have, which is Joy and Bliss, one dewy, one matte, and I really did enjoy these. The one in the color Joy, you have to be really careful. It's a beautiful bright orangey coral color. If you guys go to my Instagram, I actually filmed a reel using these 2 and comparing it on each side. The matte one is definitely more wearable, and it's the color also, it's like a light pinky nudish shade. Whereas the other one, the dewy formula, it's overly pigmented. 1 dot, I don't even think you need 1 dot. I think you need like half a dot. That's how pigmented I would say it is. You can get away with putting a few dots of this one because it just kind of blends into a really beautiful neutral shade, whereas this you have to be really careful. But these have been they're like a fun makeup product to use. So I feel like 2021 was definitely the year of cream makeup, cream blushes, cream bronzers, cream highlights, more so cream blushes, I believe. So I did pick up 2 of the e.l.f. ones. I think I've only used 1 of them. Have I? Yeah, I've only used 1 of them, which is obviously the pink one. And this is such a beautiful formula as well. I definitely recommend going with a stippling brush and applying it that way. That's just how I prefer to apply it. I can't tell you guys the shade names of these because they're actually not on the product, but yeah, these are really good products as well if you're definitely looking at trying some cream blushes and you don't want to pay too much money for it. The pink one is my absolute favorite. Now this is a exciting cream product that I picked up this year and I've got it on my face today. So this is the Patrick Ta Do We Know Her Cream and Powder Blush. Now if you guys watch my last haul, I mentioned in there that these weren't released yet in Australia and I was pretty bummed about it, but that night I went on Sephora's website and they were freaking released. I was like, what the hell? I literally just uploaded the biggest haul of my life and they want to come out after I'm done filming the haul. So of course I picked it up. I got it in the peachy shade, which is the shade I wanted the most. And oh my god, you guys, this shit is pigmented. Like, this is probably the most pigmented blush that I own. The way I applied it was the way Patrick Tar explains the way to apply it. So you put on the powder first and then you go over with the cream, and that's exactly how I did it as well. And this is the beautiful combination that I got. It is so pigmented. This is me going in with a beauty blender afterwards and completely shearing it out, because I didn't even try to go in that heavy, but somehow it went in and it was super pigmented. This has quickly become a favorite of mine. Some of the blushes that I did try this year are the e.l.f. Bite Size Duos, and I did pick up 3 shades. Now they seem too similar, like they pretty much look the same. It's probably like a shade or 2 different in between. And these are really good like daily blushes. I would say the size of them makes me not want to use them as much, just because it's so tiny you can barely fit your brush in there. The highlight is a good shade, but the blush is a bit too small, so trying to fit your blush brush in there can be a little bit like annoying, which is why I kind of don't reach for them. This is kind of just like my lazy day makeup. The colors and the formula of them are very beautiful and they're very pigmented. White Peach is definitely my favorite one. I just don't seem to gravitate towards them as much, probably because I stash them in my makeup drawer and it doesn't really catch my eye. It just looks like basic packaging. So maybe if I left them out I'd be using them more, but they're really good product. I just need to start using them more. I have a lot of makeup products that I've included in here that I actually haven't used. Now, a blush palette that I did use this year is the Nars Orgasm palette. I believe this is called Sex on the Beach. No, Orgasm on the Beach palette. And this is gorgeous, but it's not what I expected. So I was expecting like pigmented blushes, but they're really not. They're very like muted kind of colors. The colors are beautiful, don't get me wrong, but they're very like muted. I do quite enjoy the formula though. It's more like I actually don't even know how to explain it. It's a very like soft powder. I can't explain it. And the highlighter shades are really beautiful as well. I picked up my first Fenty Cream Beauty blush this year, and I got it in the shade Peach Face. This is a holiday limited edition color that came in with a little mini lip gloss, and this formula is so nice, you guys. This is more of a, if you want a natural cream blush that's kind of going to give you that like dewy refresh look, this is what you want to go for. She does have other permanent shades, but this is just the color that I picked up. I believe her set is on sale now on Sephora's website if you guys do want to check it out. I'm not sure if it's sold out yet, but this is just such a really natural formula. It's not like your harsh cream. It's a very like dewy, glossy, blendable kind of cream. So this I really enjoyed, and I really want to pick up more in the new year. I'm just waiting for her to come out with some new colors. I just feel like I've seen the same colors for so long and it's not really attracting me anymore. I kind of like to try new things rather than just because I've seen all her colors being used a million times. So yeah, 2 more individual blushes that I tried this year. These are the Makeup by Mario blushes. I used the Desert Rose one the most, and I know it doesn't look like it, but I actually have used it a few times. This color, wow. I feel like all I've just shown you recently are just peach blushes, but this color, you guys, is so beautiful. I can't even explain it. It's more of like it's like a dark rose, but it's not like an old lady kind of rose shade. I don't know, rose blushes, they attract me so much, but I feel like they can kind of look like old on your face if it's not the perfect shade of rose. This is definitely the perfect shade of rose, and it's a matte blush as well, and I'm just so happy with this. I really love it. I also got it in the shade Creamy Peach, but I haven't tried this one yet just because I have so many peach blushes. I just haven't tried this one yet, but this is beautiful. So the last blush palette that I picked up this year is the Too Faced Sugar Peach Wet and Dry face palette. This is mostly what I use on my clients, so I don't actually use it for myself. I just keep it in my kit to use for my clients, and this is incredible. This blush palette is incredible and it smells amazing. If you guys want this product for yourself, I would say definitely pick it up. The blushes in there are so luminous, so glowy, and it's just like such a nice playful peach color. I wouldn't say it's like too orangey, it's more of like pink peaches, and that's why I really enjoy this palette. I'm so proud of myself. This year I only managed to pick up 5 eyeshadow palettes. I know that might seem like a lot, but for me it's really not a lot. Last year I went ballistic with eyeshadow palettes. This year I managed to only pick up 5, so I'm quickly just going to show you the 2 that I haven't used. So I picked up finally picked up the Master Mattes by Makeup by Mario. This I'm so freaking excited about. Haven't used it, and I'm going to be doing a separate video on my channel about that. And then the other one that I picked up and still haven't used is the Natasha Janona Retro Palette, and this is absolutely stunning. This I will use as well in a video. So a mini palette that I did pick up this year is the e.l.f. Mint Melt Quad, and this is a really cute palette. Like, it's super tiny, it's super convenient. I seem to just pick this up if I just want a really neutral look that day, and I mainly just use these 3 shades here. This mint color is a beautiful pop of mint to put either on the inner corners or all over the lid, and it's just so easy to have. Like, I really enjoy these little e.l.f. palettes. I just forget about them. It's not like it's a huge product where I just it stands out and I reach for it. I only remember it if I'm actually looking through my collection and I'm like, oh, I want to use the e.l.f. one. So this is a really cute palette to have if you guys do want to try and get into eyeshadows and you're not really experienced with like palettes, or palettes freak you out. Definitely try the e.l.f. ones. I feel like these are the color selections that they have at the moment are just so easy to use. It doesn't overwhelm you. There's not too many bright pop of colors, so yeah, beautiful. This palette that I'm going to show you next, I think I bought it 4 weeks ago, and I have never ever used a palette this much in my life. Like, not when I instantly buy it anyway. This is the Huda Beauty This is the Huda Beauty Toffee Brown palette, and I cannot even explain how much I love this palette. I have never loved a palette so much in my life. I have done so many looks with this already, and I have no words. I've done an all matte look using this cream matte shade all over the lid, and then a few of the matte browns on my crease, and then I've done a really beautiful like bronze shimmery color with these 2, and then this chocolate brown and this light brown here, and I've just fallen in love with this palette so much. I can't even explain how much I love it. I gravitate towards it so much. I leave it on my vanity and I literally just pick it up every single day, even if it's just to use the light brown that's in here just in my crease. I can't get enough, and I'm so scared. Well, not scared, but I'm worried that I'm just going to keep buying these little eyeshadow palettes when I don't need any more eyeshadows in my collection. So next I'm going to talk about the base products that I did pick up. I'm pretty proud of myself. I didn't buy too many foundations or primers or anything like that this year. The first primer that I did purchase is the NYX Marshmallow Primer. I really enjoy this, but I honestly cannot tell you what it actually does. I don't believe it fills in my pores. I feel like it's a very moisturizing primer, but I wouldn't say it's hydrating. So don't expect like a dewy look. It's more just like a very creamy moisturizing primer. So I believe some people say it fills in the pores, some say it smooths out their skin. I don't know, I don't really see anything like that, but for me in particular, I really notice it just being a very creamy and moisturizing primer, and I enjoy the smell so much. It smells so good. If you guys can pick up like the mini version or whatever it is, or try it in stores, definitely go try it because it smells so sweet and it doesn't irritate my skin at all. It's just overall a really nice, it's more of like a very fun makeup product to use. Like it's, I get enjoyment of putting it on my face, so really enjoyed this. I'm gonna pop this in the primer section because I don't actually know where it goes. This is the Hollywood Flawless Filter. I got mine in the shade 4 medium. I'm actually wearing it today, if you guys kind of can tell. So it's supposed to kind of be like a step that you put underneath your foundation to add more of a glow on the skin. You can also wear it as foundation. I could get away with wearing it as foundation, but I feel like it's a bit too glowy for that, so I do apply like a foundation on top. But I really do enjoy the dewiness it gives to my skin. I think I kind of went a little bit extreme with it today, and I applied it and then I used the cream blush and then a highlight and blah 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 blah. But I really do enjoy this product. If I could purchase it again, I would definitely get a lighter shade. I feel like medium is a bit too dark for my skin tone, but I make it work with the foundation that I pop on top. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this so far. The application process of it's really good as well, and yeah, it's just overall a really nice product to pop on your face. I believe I only purchased one foundation this year. I could be completely wrong. I mean, besides my Maybelline Fit Me foundations that I keep repurchasing, this is the only foundation that I purchased this year, and I'm wearing it today, and I don't have enough words about this foundation. Like, I am obsessed. I just love it so much. I used to be obsessed with the MAC Face and Body foundation, and I feel like this has just taken over that. Unfortunately, I picked up the wrong color when I did purchase it, so I can't use it all the time. Today, I don't know how, but I've made it work, and it looks so natural. It looks like my actual skin color, but this is how dark it is. So wait, is this how dark it is? Do they all have different shades, or is this the foundation color? I don't know actually, because I haven't used enough for it to tell me if this is the bottle or not. But yeah, this foundation literally looks like skin, natural skin, like dewy, glowy skin. Oh, I just love it. I love it so much. It's so freaking expensive, but I feel like it's worth the money, and the bottle is so beautiful. It's definitely got more coverage than the MAC Face and Body, so if you guys were thinking it's the same, it's not. This is more of a full coverage foundation compared to the MAC Face and Body. The next foundation I picked up is the e.l.f. Cc Camo Cream. This again is a really beautiful full coverage CC cream. Unfortunately, I picked it up in a color too light. This is light 240 warm. I would go with a darker shade if I was to repurchase it, so sometimes it can make me look a little too washed out, so I do have to go in with a few extra products to kind of liven my face up. But this is a really nice product. Very surprising that it's from e.l.f. because it's such a full coverage item. You wouldn't think that e.l.f. would come out with it, but they've really stepped up their game this year with all the new products that they released, and this has definitely become one of my favorites. This I like to use on just one of those days where I don't really feel like wearing, you know, my expensive stuff. I just want to chuck on something quick and easy. I know I'm not going to have my makeup on for too long. This is what I gravitate towards. I believe I also haven't purchased too many concealers this year, besides the Maybelline Fit Me one as well, but I did pick up the e.l.f. Hydrating Concealer recently, and this has become my go-to concealer. I've been using it every single day since. This is so hydrating. It makes your under eyes look so much better. I thought I loved the matte one more, but the hydrating one has definitely taken up a place in my heart. I cannot stop using it. It covers my dark circles beautifully. It's so hydrating. It doesn't make my face look dry or cakey. It just kind of livens it up, and I really enjoy using this primer, this concealer. So 2021 was definitely the year where I purchased so many bronzers that I did not need. I still haven't even used 2 of them, but I'm still going to go through them and show you guys the ones that I have purchased and actually love. So the first bronzer that I have quickly become obsessed with, I haven't even had it for that long, I would say probably a month or 2, maybe a month, is the Huda Beauty Glowish bronzer. I am wearing it today and I can't say enough good things about this bronzer. So I usually use it to set my cream bronzer that I've applied on my face, and then I go over with this. I don't feel like it alters the color too much, so it doesn't change it completely, but it's just such a beautiful radiant bronzer. It just melts into the skin. You can never go too crazy with it and apply too much. It just looks so natural. It looks so flawless, airbrushed. I am obsessed with this bronzer. I purchased it in the shade medium, and I will definitely repurchase this once I run out. It's just such a beautiful bronzer. This has got to be one of my favorites of the year. Standout products of the year is this bronzer right here. 2 more bronzers that I've absolutely loved this year and used the shit out of, which I didn't think I was going to, are the Kylie Cosmetic bronzers. So I got it in the shade Toasty and in the shade Almond. I use one of them to contour and then the other one just to bronze up my face, and they're such beautiful buttery buttery matte bronzers. I really do enjoy these. Again, I'll link my Kylie Cosmetics video down below. I tested all the products that I purchased, and you can genuinely tell by my reaction how much I really like the formula of these. I purchased this bronzer from Maybelline. This is the City bronzer, and to be honest, I don't really enjoy it. I know a lot of people love it and it got a lot of hype, but I feel like it doesn't show up on my skin. I bought the color 200. Is it 200? Yeah, I bought the color 200 because that's what I seen what other people my skin tone were using, and it looked so good and dark on them, but on me it doesn't really show up. It's a very natural bronzer, so this was kind of a dud pickup this year. I don't really reach for it as often. It just kind of sits there in my collection, so I guess, yeah, it's not really a standout product for me this year. Another product that I purchased this year was the Milani Soleil bronzer, and this is a beautiful, like, glowy, shimmery bronzer. This is absolutely stunning. This is nothing new. This has been around for years, but I really do enjoy this bronzer, and it's a nice alternative to wanting to wear matte bronzers all the time. So moving on to some highlights. If you guys would have asked me last year, I would have picked up a million highlights. This year I've only bought 3, and I'm super proud of myself. The first one I'm going to talk about is the Makeup by Mario. This is in the shade Pearl. I've been using this every single day that I've been wearing makeup since I've purchased this highlight. I'm wearing it today, and I've been wearing it, yeah, almost every single day since I've been wearing makeup. The formula is just so buttery, so blendable. It just melts into the skin. I'm so obsessed with these products. I'm so glad I bought the things that I did buy, because I've been enjoying putting on makeup again. I get into a funk where I just don't want to use any products. I look at my collection and I feel really overwhelmed. But the products that I picked up, I would say in the last 6 months, I've been really enjoying using, and I've just been wanting to put on makeup again. This product I'm really disappointed in. It's kind of, I don't know, I feel like it's a waste of money. This, I bought the Anastasia Iced Out Highlighter. This came out in the beginning of the year or last year, can't really remember, but it was like this whole thing because it was kind of the same formula as the Amrezy highlight, which I couldn't get my hands on, so I picked up this one instead, and it's just not my color. It's so icy, it's so white, and I know it's called Iced Out. Literally, I knew what I was getting, but it's just not something that I reach for. I think I've only used it once or twice, and the formula is beautiful. It's just, it's not the color that I like putting on. It's a bit too gold for me, and it's a bit too like icy, if that makes sense. I like more of like a warm champagne gold highlight. I don't like it to be too like white. Another highlight which I'm kind of iffy about as well is the Kylie Cosmetics Salted Caramel highlight. Again, it's a really beautiful shade, but I just don't reach for it as often. The formula is very beautiful as well. It's kind of like a, is it gelée? I don't know. Gelée kind of highlight, but the color is a little bit off. It's a bit too dark. I wanted to get something that was different. I wanted to get something that I don't have in my collection, so I purchased a little bit of a different shade, and I just don't reach for it. I think I'm so obsessed with my Makeup by Mario highlighter that I just don't reach for anything else at the moment. So I will probably keep this on my vanity and just try and use it more often. But yeah, you guys, this is it for my 2021 speed review of all the products that I did purchase. I hope I didn't forget anything. I feel like there are like one or two, maybe three different things that I forgot to include in here, but that's okay. It obviously just means it didn't really stand out to me. But I hope you guys enjoyed this review. It made you tempted to want to pick up some products. So we've got my little girl here with me. She just woke up from her little nap, so she's just in her little Christmas outfit because she got really hot in the outfit that I had her in this morning. So I just quickly picked up whatever was the closest to me, and it was a Christmas outfit. So she's outfit repeating today. But yeah, thank you guys so much for subscribing to my channel this year and for showing me so much love on my videos. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I will see you guys in the new year with a new video. Bye guys.